So today we would be having a look at the two interview questions. The first one is explain how relationships are defined in Power BI desktop. That would be the first question. And the second question that we would be looking at is, can you have more than one functional relationship between the two tables in Power Pivot data model? Let's get started with question one. How are the relationship defined in Power BI desktop? So there are two ways to define the relationship. Number one, auto detected relationship. So there would be two columns and Power BI will understand, okay, these two relationship, auto detected relations can be formed based on the data. Second thing is that you can manually create a relationship between the two tables. It's very simple, okay? How it is exactly done? Let us get into that very quickly. So let's say I am into Power BI desktop and I want to import the data. So I will import this data set. I will quickly import these tables just for your information. Exactly same tables I have used for, there is one more video which I have created, creating data model. So in that video I used the similar data set and same things I have already explained. Okay. So I will click on transform data. So everything looks okay to me. So I'll click on close and apply. Once the data is imported, we will get into the data model and see if there are any auto detected relationships. Just go to the model view, and as you can see here, I can see there are relationship established for the multiple tables. So let us see. So after the data is imported, we can see these many relationships have been auto imported. So let's check them one by one. So region and region name between these two tables. 1 minute. If you have a look at this table, city ID is the, based on the city ID relationship is established. Region ID, then product ID, then this is customer ID, right? So based on these data, we can see that these are the auto-detected relationships. Now let's say if we want to manually create some of the relationships, how can we do that? It's very straightforward. Okay, let's just say that you want to, create a relationship between these two tables. Okay, let's say I'll just create even if that does not make much sense. Let's say I want to create a relationship between the city ID and product ID. So I'll just drag and drop it, and that way the relationship would be created. Also, alternatively, you can click on this manage relationship option, and here also you can create the relationship between the two tables. Okay, that is also another way of doing it. I think I have this. It's not very difficult. If you see any, it's a customer ID, region ID, I want to create for these two. I'll just click OK, and that way also new relationship would get created. So there are multiple ways using which you can create the relationship, like manually and auto detected. So I hope this is clear. Now we'll get to the next point, that is the next question that we have, and that is, can you have more than one functional relationship between the two tables in the Power BI data model? Now to find the answer whether one table can have multiple or two or more functional relationship, let's just see that. For instance, we have the sales table and this is a product table. So if you see between these two tables, we have at this point of time we have got just one relationship, that is based on the product ID. Now if I try to create one more relationship between the same two tables, then let's see what happens. So let's say customer ID and region ID, I try to create a relationship. What exactly happens? As we can see, this has led to another relationship, but there is a dotted line. Now what does that mean? Let us try to understand what does this mean. I'll right click, go to properties, and see that I mean see this, I can see this checkbox that tells me make this relationship active. That means this dotted line has created the inactive relationship between these two tables. Okay, that which also means that between the two tables we can have just one active relationship at a time and not more than that. Okay, and the dotted line represents the inactive relationship. Now let's say I want to make this relationship active. So what I will do, if I try to make it active, it is giving me error. So what I need to do is, initial existing relationship, first of all I need to make inactive. So this is active, so I'll just check this, uncheck this box and click OK. Now we have got both the inactive relationship. Now I can right click and make this one as active relationship. So this is how it works. So basically what we understand from this is that we can have just one active relationship between the two tables. Okay, inactive relationship we can have, but active should be only one. Thank you so much for watching.